Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting on March 10th, 2015. Ms. Brock, please call the roll.
Committeeman Delcor?
Here.
Committeeman McCauley?
Here.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Burchett? Here. Mayor Thompson?
Here. Please join me in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So much better when you have a full crowd for that. Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Publics Meeting Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by the posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on March 10th, 2015. First up this evening is the approval of the February 10th, 2015 regular session minutes. May I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second. Could I have a roll call, please?
Committeeman Delcor?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to committee reports this evening. First up is Committeeman Delcor.
Thank you, Mayor. From the Health Department, there's been some changes in the county recycling process and scheduling. There will be some areas that are going to have their date changed as to when recycling pickup will be. Effective Monday, March the 16th, recycling pickup on 28 roads in the western portion of the township will be Mondays instead of on Tuesdays. And in order to better serve the residents on those roads, it's been adjusted. So a couple of the roads that are there, it's Amwell Road between Zion and Rainbow Hill, Biggs Lane, Black Point Road, Carter Court, Castle Hill Lane, Clark Lane, Davids Lane, Dutchtown Zion Road, Featherbed Lane, Held Lane, Hockenberry Road, Hope Court, Larch Lane, Long Hill Road, Montgomery Road, Morgan Lane, Pioneer Road, Perazzi Lane, Poplar Road, Shorn Lane, Rainbow Hill Road, River Road between Amwell and Opie, Sycamore Lane, Three Bridges Road, Upper Neshannock Court, Wurtsville, Woodfern, and Zion Roads. So those locations will switch to Mondays instead of Tuesdays. A notice of this change was placed on the recycling buckets for those affected homes. But if you, just in case you missed it, that schedule will occur next week. We'll also put it in the e-news once again this week for those residents that are affected by the change. As it relates to recreation, once again, our summer camp and spring sport league registration is ongoing. As it relates to the summer camps, the registration is now open. We have camps at Auten and Amsterdam School for ages 5 through 11. The middle school camps for ages 12 to 14. Camp will run from June 22nd through August 14th. And there'll be an extended camp that'll run from August 17th to 28th for those that do need that. There's also a tiny camp, which is a half-day camp for ages 4 to 5. The full-day camps run from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So anyone interested in summer camp at one of the schools, please refer to the Township Recreation website for more information, or email the Recreation Department at recreation@hillsborough-nj.org. And we also have our Spring Soccer League is registration is ongoing. We do need coaches for that. If anyone has their children playing, interested in coaching or serving as a volunteer to support the league this year, please reach out to the Recreation Department. There is a link on the Recreation homepage for volunteer coaches if you are interested. And also attended the first meeting at the end of last month of the Wildlife Commission here in town. They handle the hunting licenses for the deer cull that we do, and also set policy for how hunting is to be enacted in the township, obviously with ratification by the Township Committee. And I'd like to congratulate Bob Matros on being once again named chair of that commission, and we'll be having the wildlife report and the hunting lottery later in the spring. So more news to come there. Just wanted to give that information as well. So that's it for me, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Committeewoman McCauley.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just an announcement from Somerset County Commission on the Status of Women. We are honoring again several women from Hillsborough, and that would be on March 27th. The dinner and reservations have been extended until March 11th. This year's program will be held on March 27th at the Imperia on Easton Avenue in Somerset. It's a wonderful event. It honors people in the communities that do outstanding things. And the Hillsborough tickets are $55 per person. And to reserve, you can contact Commission Chairwoman Jane O'Donnell and take the number down. If you don't have time to take the number down, you can always call the township office. Jane O'Donnell, 908-234-9302 to make reservations. You can also email her at sccswomen@gmail.com. The Hillsborough honorees this year for arts and entertainment are Martha Weintraub. Hometown hero is Courtney Newman. Information technology is Jackie P. Taylor. Journalism and media, Audrey Blumberg. And Shirley Noble, Lifetime Achievement Award, Estelle Julian of Hillsborough for Profile of Positive Aging honoree. So several women here, and we're proud to serve them and also see them that evening. I'm sure several of us will attend and hope you do too. And that's it for me this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Committeewoman Sirachi.
Thank you, Mayor. A few announcements this evening. First, just want to remind everyone who may have a dog to please contact our finance office to license your dog or to renew the license. There's many reasons to license your dog besides it being the law, but importantly, if your pet does go missing, your pet that's licensed drastically improves chances of getting your pet back. A licensed tag helps animal control, shelters, and even your neighbors to quickly identify your dog by cross-referencing, with the township, the license identification number. But also, more importantly, if you do come across a stray dog that you feel is lost, you could be rest assured that their rabies vaccinations are up to date if they do have a current license, because that is one of their criteria to license a dog or have the license renewed, is that the vaccine or the rabies vaccination needs to be current. Want to let everyone know, please save the date for our annual Memorial Day parade. It will be taking place Saturday, May 23rd. We do have plans underway for our 10th annual Salute to Veterans Breakfast. This year, besides being a milestone anniversary of our event, it's also the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. So it'll be wonderful to come out and support those veterans that did fight during that war. I know we do have, unfortunately, fewer of them every year, but they do greatly appreciate the support the community shows. And also, just to remind the nonprofit communities or community organizations that do wish to participate in the parade, you can start registering online through the Parks Recreation website if you'd like to participate in this year's parade. And with regards to the Salute to Veterans Breakfast registration, we will have more information on that shortly with regards to registration. And also, on that day, we are going to be dedicating our Veterans Way monument. So again, please save May 23rd for that event. And that's all I have this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Burchett.
Hillsborough Township's annual cleanup program will begin in April. Coupons can be gathered at the Oughton Road facility at the Hillsborough Department of Public Works, located at 21 East Mountain Road between the hours of 7 and 3. This year, we've added 2 Saturdays a month so where you can use the facility running from April to October for access to the Oughton Road dump facility. Hillsborough Township earned the Certificate of Achievement and a $2,000 monetary award in recognition of the township's exceptional workplace safety performance during 2014. This is the 5th year in a row that the township has received this award from the Central Jersey Joint Insurance Fund. Every employee at the township plays an important role in promoting good safety practices, but special recognition should be given to all the members of the Public Works and Parks for the contributions for their contributions, which resulted in the township receiving the award again this year. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. A couple very brief comments from me this evening. First, very excited to announce, if you haven't already seen, that the 514 bridge into Millstone is going to be opening up tomorrow after the AM rush. Very excited about that. I know our police chief is very excited about that. All of our emergency services, anyone on staff here has been getting numerous phone calls. So we are very happy. We are going to be working with the county and the state to see how we can restrict vehicle traffic that are of the higher tonnage, which caused the problem and that basically broke the bridge and made it structurally unfit. So that way it'll be able to last until there's a permanent replacement to the bridge, which will have to happen at some point. Also, we had a great event last Sunday night. We got to go to the New Jersey Devils game for the My Town series. Hillsborough was featured at the game. We had over 250 residents that came out to the event. We were also lucky enough to have our police honor guard on the ice for the Star Spangled Banner and for the opening ceremonies. And what was really great is we got to recognize a hometown hero, Ted Dima, who is a Vietnam veteran and a integral part of the Purple Heart ceremony, and he's also a Purple Heart recipient. Attended the event. It was great to have a 2-minute, what felt like a 2-minute, maybe it was longer, standing ovation for Ted Dima to a sold-out 20,000 person crowd to have one of our hometown heroes recognized. It was a great event. So thank you if you attended that event. It was greatly appreciated, and we had a fun time at it. And with that, that's going to conclude all my comments this evening. And first up, we're going to move on to proclamations and presentations and appointments. We're going to ask that after you receive your recognition, if you could please take your seat and listen to the other award recipients this evening. We'll take a brief break in between the start of the regular meeting and the proclamation portion, so we'll have a chance to leave. So first up, we're going to start recognizing businesses that have been here for 25 years in Hillsborough Township. Okay, so first up this evening is the Motor Works, Inc. Here, here's Bruce. Just go into a little detail about this. Last year, we recognized that as Hillsborough continues to grow, many businesses played an integral part in the township that was into what we are today. So as a township committee, we want to start recognizing all those businesses that made a valuable contribution to who we are today. So first off this evening, we're giving a certificate of recognition to the Motor Works, Inc. in recognition of 29 years of dedication to Hillsborough Township. Thank you for being here for 29 years.
Well, again, we're transplants from another town. My wife and I grew up in Westfield. We moved to Hillsborough back in 1976, and 10 years later we decided that we'd like to start this business. We literally have it in our backyard. We went for a variance, and one of the great things, I've been trying to think of something that would be touching to everyone, and I think the thing that I appreciate most is seeing the transition of our customer base go from the car seat in the back to the driver's seat in the front. We're actually working on third generation now, family members, and that's been a blessing for us. We've been able to give back to the community. I'm a volunteer fireman in town, and we really supported the community throughout our whole career here as a business. And again, behind every great man is a greater woman. I couldn't have done it without my wife. She's the keeper of the cookie jar.
Okay, next up is United Rental in the Avolios. again, this certificate of recognition is hereby presented to United Rental in recognition of your 28 years of dedication to Hillsborough Township. Congratulations.
I'd like to at this moment thank Mayor and the people, the Township Committee and Township Administrator for this award. The award that you're giving us tonight is sorely appreciated, and it's we've worked hard in the town. We came here and we moved our business to Hillsborough in 1987. We've been in the area since 1972, serving Somerset County, Hillsborough as well. What you see in front of us right now is what you see in front of me right now is my wife Marie, and this is the person who makes everything happen. I'm just a front man. I'm the Kmart greeter. But we've been in business, like I say, for 27 years. And what we do, 28 years old, what we do, we service the community as far as the rental needs, maybe from tools to party events and things of that nature. The face you see now is changing. We are also in business with our children. It's a second generation. My daughter Kristen and my son Michael have also, they're the new face of the United Rental at this moment. I'd like to have them come up if they can. Kristen, come up please, and Michael. These are the people you're going to see from now on. And the grandchildren. Third generation.
They work in the store too.
My daughter Kristen and my son Michael were basically raised in our store in Bridgewater. Our first store was in Bridgewater. We moved, like I said, when we came here, we had just Marie and I. We moved from North Jersey with a dream to work together. We first met in a food store in 1961 in high school. She was a checker and I was her bagger, so that's how we started. So when we moved down here, we figured let's work together, and people don't understand a husband and wife team working together in a symbiotic fashion, but it does work for us. In doing so, we've raised two beautiful children. After college, both my children came into the business. They have the passion that we do. Hopefully, they're going to take it to the next level. It's time for us to start slowing down a little bit and back up. I'll never leave. I want to clarify something. Never leave. Never. Let me clarify something too. We've had there's been a sign in front of our store, a real estate sign. We are not leaving Hillsborough. We may be renting a portion of our building because we may have to go to a larger location, but we're still going to stay here. We're not going anywhere. So I took the signs down because I was getting phone calls saying, "You're not leaving, are you?" And I said, "No, we're not leaving." But it's really heartfelt to know that people feel that way about you and about the service that you've done. We're in our community. We try to service as much as we can. And before Kaz cuts me off, I'm going to, like Pete Behind says, he's going like this. Pete Behind said, "You better leave before your audience does." So at this moment, I really, really appreciate this, and thank you very much.
And we may have one other business here. Is there any representatives of Mailbox Center? Anyone? Not this evening? All right, save it for the next one. Okay, now I'm going to call up Samantha Nuzio, the dietitian from ShopRite. Where'd you go? There you go. Please come forward. Whereas, food is the substance by which life is sustained, and whereas the type of quality and the amount of food that individuals consume each day plays a vital role in the overall health and physical fitness as well as the prevention of chronic diseases, and whereas there is a need for continuing nutritional education and wide-scale effort to enhance good eating practices, and whereas National Nutrition Month, a nutrition education and information campaign sponsored annually by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, helps spread the word about the importance of healthy diet and regular exercise. Now therefore be proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Township Committee, in conjunction with the Academy of Nutrition of Dietetics and ShopRite of Hillsborough, do hereby declare March as National Nutrition Month. Be it further proclaimed that the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough encourages Hillsborough residents to join the campaign and become concerned about their nutrition and the nutrition of others in the hope of achieving optimum health for both today and tomorrow. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank Mayor Thompson and the Township Committee for recognizing National Nutrition Month. As we know, education and awareness of nutrition is so important. I'd like to remind everyone of our services at ShopRite. One-on-one consultations, there are food demonstrations, cooking classes. I come out to the schools, I come out to the senior centers, and all of our services are free. So this is a great thing to take advantage of, and I'm so happy to be up here. Thank you.
I'll add that Samantha did bring fruit for us tonight, so we do appreciate that. I was hoping it was going to be something else, but I appreciate fruit. Thank you. Next up, I think there are some residents here for this. I believe the 5J and 5K teams are here. If you guys could come forward. How are you? I think I know you. Do I know you? There you go. All right. Oh, you're tall. I like it. I don't know. Should I go back up there? That's a lot of it. There's a teacher over there. We get everybody? All right. I promise I'm going to make sure you guys can take lots of photos in 1 second, okay? Oh, and kids, by the way, I'm going to embarrass you because you're going to have to say your name onto the camera so everyone can hear in about 2 seconds. So, yeah. Yes, you have to say your last name. Then I don't know who you are. Okay. Whereas Auten Road Intermediate Schools teams 5J and 5K held a contest from January 17th through January 27th in which the students were asked to bring in cans to be donated to Hillsborough Township's Community Assistance Network, or food pantry. While the focus of this event was on the charity of giving, it was made more fun by creating a friendly competition between the two fifth-grade teams. And whereas, although Team 5J kept a healthy lead for the entire competition, on the last day, Team 5K made a Herculean collection effort and trounced 5J for the win. I didn't write that. That's mean, whoever wrote that. And whereas Teams 5J and 5K are comprised of the following students. Start over here. Start with you.
Akshara,
Say loud.
Sahidi,
Nice and loud.
Marissa, Alexis, Rihanna, Gabby, Zachary, Jonathan,
I'll get you all, I promise.
Zoe,
You guys say nice and loud.
Holly,
Good job.
Alyssa,
All right.
Zachary,
Exactly.
Jonathan,
All right, did I get you already? Nice.
Sam,
Sam?
Maria, Max, Sophie, Kyle, Pranav,
Good job.
Fish,
Now you're getting it.
Ryan, Jonathan, but people call me Jack.
All right, Jack, I like that. All right, did I get you yet? Okay, perfect.
Jules, MJ, Patrick,
I know you, Patrick.
Anya, Christina, Ainsley, Hannah, Caroline, Jordan, Bree, Sophia,
Sophia. Did I get you yet? I'm sorry.
John V, Zach, Eric, Jorgito, Jack,
Jack? Oh, Jack.
Nina, Sabina, Ryan,
Ryan.
Kevin, Joey, James, Chris, Talia,
We're going to do this.
Roshan, Sonia,
Is that everybody? I didn't get you.
John.
Is that everybody? All right, that was pretty quick. Good job. I didn't get you? I didn't get you? I'm sorry, now you have to say your name extra loud. All right.
Needy,
See, there you go. Good job. And whereas the teachers of Team 5J and 5K are Mindy Adreski, hi, Diane Lyons, Beth Raff, hello, and Carrie Sanchez. Wait, which team won? Raise your hand if you're the teachers that won. Oh, hold on. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the township committee of the township of Hillsborough, do hereby commend Alton Road Intermediate School Teams 5J and 5K teachers and students, along with their parents, not only for their initiating and supporting this food drive, but for the students being great contributors and amazing sports throughout. Their actions demonstrate great service and dedication to our community. Congratulations and thank you, everyone, for raising for our food kitchen. We appreciate that. Now we're going to try to get nice and jump back there. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. All right, guys, ready? Listen. Everyone, we're going to look left first. Everyone look this side. Ready? This side. Over here. We're pointing. There you go. Smile that way. Keep looking left. All right, everyone look straight ahead. Straight ahead. Your smile, don't stop. All right, and put your head up right. Now we're going to look right. To your right. All right, one more time in the center, because I think we missed something. One more time. All right, we good? Everyone good? Congratulations, everyone. Kaz, we'll take a 5-minute break. Our recipients of proclamations this evening, we do appreciate you coming out. Now we're going to move on to new business. There's no new business this evening, so we're going to move on to public comment on new business and matters not on the agenda. So anyone who has any public comment on matters not on the agenda this evening. So we have one, so please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, John Anderson, Jersey Central Power and Light, 147 Route 31 South in Flemington. Just wanted to stop in and say good evening, hello. I haven't been here in a while. Just wanted to provide you an update on what Jersey Central's been up to. We're right now really starting with, first and foremost, more vegetation management work. That is where we're looking for 4 years of clearance from the conductors plus a margin of error. So that because all trees are not created equal, they all don't grow at the same rate. Some trees need to be pruned harder than others in order to achieve that 4 years of clearance. So that's an important distinction that I would like the residents of Hillsborough to understand is that, you know, depending on what that tree species is, has a direct correlation to the amount of clearance that you get. So it's not one size fits all. Each tree, each situation is different. Also an ongoing effort to look for off-corridor trees that may in fact pose a threat to the power line, may not be within the normal corridor that we would normally maintain. But again, in order to improve long-term reliability, those off-corridor trees also can pose a threat to the reliability. Other brief updates, just want to let you know we are going to be looking at and just verifying all the critical facilities that we have. For Hillsborough Township, we don't have many, but those we have a separate database that is tied to our outage management system so that Whenever we have outages and we have a storm, we'll be able to rack and stack those critical facilities and know which critical facilities are affected, allowing us again to better manage that restoration activity. Lastly, I just also wanted to touch base on, which I know is very important, particularly up on the mountain, which is road openings. That in the past, from whether it was Sandy, Irene, the October snowstorm, there is now a process in place that went live this year where getting roads open is actually now a top priority. Not to say that it was not a priority, but before, as you can imagine, there's many priorities. But it is now identified up there with life and limb that even ahead of restoration activity, we are going to designate a number of line crews and tree crews that if we get reports that come from understanding how the process will work is that we have the municipal OEM reports to the county OEM. County OEM then receives those lists of road closures, and then you rack and stack. So first and foremost, any that are state roads is going to be priority 1. County roads, priority 2. Local municipal roads, priority 3. So the idea is that's the process in order to allow us to more efficiently and quickly get them prioritized. And again, it's not going to be JCP&L's preference. It's not going to be our call. It's going to be relying on the emergency management folks to decide. But it's that high of a priority where we will be actually dispatching a line and a tree crew together, regardless of what the road closure is, because invariably it's probably going to involve a tree, or it's probably going to involve lines, or obviously or both, and that's why the road is closed. It's also a matter of working closely with the folks in the phone company as well to make sure that maybe JCP&L has wires down that have been cleared, but maybe telephone wires still down that still have the road blocked. We need to make sure that we clearly identify those, letting Hillsborough know, hey, we've got this cleared, the road is still closed. We've notified Verizon, we've notified the phone company that they got to get out there and get their piece of it done as well. So really I just, again, very briefly just wanted to touch on those major points, but I thought it was, again, most importantly was I'm very, very pleased with this road opening process. This was, to me, again, something else that we had heard loud and clear from our municipal officials. Clearly up here on the mountain, we know what a priority that is for those roads, Zion Road, et cetera. We get it, we got it, and again, in future storms, that will be again, top priority. And then as soon as we get those roads open, obviously, then all the crews go back to restoration activity. But we do got to get the roads open for, so police have access, other, EMS folks have access, and just common sense, so.
Great.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
And Mayor, if you don't mind, just John's been a great partner with the administration office here and keeping us up to date as well as working with our OEM director. So John, I appreciate you being present and communicating with our office and helps even with Pam doing our communications out to the residents. So we appreciate it.
Sure.
And the improvements that you guys have made in the past year. So
Yeah, I'll second that. Your communications have drastically changed over the last couple of years for the better. I mean, the last snowstorm, the one that got declared a state of emergency before it happened, John and I were going back and forth through email, making sure that we were ready just in case. And it's a marked improvement, and I know the residents know it as well. So thank you on behalf of the residents. We do appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the positive feedback, and obviously this is for the long haul. So this is clearly a new way of managing this. We realize a lot of stuff that we've done in the past, we're just not used to talking about it. So with all the technology that we have today, cell phones, web, blast emails, it makes it a lot easier to get the word out. So
No, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other comment on new business or matters not on the agenda this evening? Seeing none, we're going to move on to introduction of new ordinances, 2015-02, an ordinance approving the traffic signals at Dukes Parkway West and Dukes Farm South Gate, Hillsborough Township, Somerset County, New Jersey. Further consideration on this ordinance and public hearing will be held on April 14th, 2015. This ordinance allows for the enforcement by the police departments for any traffic violations related to these traffic signals. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to considerations this evening. First is resolution number 1, authorizing the hiring of Catherine Farber to fill a vacancy in the Hillsborough Township's Police Department for the full-time position of Police Records Clerk effective March 23rd, 2015, at a salary of $32,323.20 per year. There exists a vacancy in this position as police records clerk. Ms. Farber has been recommended by the chief of police to fill this position. This is not a new position, but an existing position already in the budget. Welcome, Ms. Farber, as long as the vote goes in favorably for you. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any comments from the dais?
So, Mayor, just a couple things. Normally, when we hire new people, we are always a little hesitant to be sure what type of support they will provide. I don't think we have any worries in this case, because I can honestly say, I don't think we've had anyone that has volunteered more of their time to support the township than Catherine has. Every event that we have, she's there supporting, doing whatever she can for the township. So I'm glad we have the opportunity to bring you on as a full-time. I hope this doesn't mean your volunteer efforts will stop. Somehow, I don't think that's the case. So very pleased, and welcome.
Any other comments from the dais? Seeing none, any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeewoman Macaulay?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yeah, sure.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, congratulations. And Kaz, you already got her on camera, perfect. Congratulations. Resolution number 2, awarding a non-fair and open contract with Prime Point for payroll services and a time and management system in an amount not to exceed $24,500. This resolution authorizes the continuation of payroll services for the township by Prime Point, who has been the provider since 2005. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeewoman Macaulay?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 3, awarding a non-fair and open contract with Property Pilot LLC for a secure, cloud-based software system subscription, including development, installation, training, and technical support in an amount not to exceed $30,000 for a 1-year subscription with renewal. After extensive review of various software providers, the township administrator and qualified purchasing agent have recommended that the township enter into a contract with Property Pilot for a cloud-based platform to assist in productive and efficient access to information both internally and externally for the residents. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais?
Mayor, this is a system that we've been lacking here in town, something that ties property information together for all of the departments to be able to both input and pull information together. I think there's future applications around GIS and other things that we'll eventually look to utilize. But in an effort to keep up with technology and be able to bring some of the township systems to a space where they really need to be, I think this is a step in the right direction.
Agreed. Any other comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeewoman Macaulay?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, resolution number 4, authorizing the execution of a contract with an employee assistance program, or EAP, with Princeton Healthcare Services Systems for the period of March 1st, 2015 through February 29th, 2016, not to exceed $3,061.25. Quotes were obtained from 4 different providers, and the township administrator and our qualified purchasing agent recommended Princeton Healthcare Systems, who was the provider for the last 2 years for the employee assistance program. By awarding this contract to Princeton Healthcare, it allows for the continuity of services for those participants, and this contract is for the 2015 contract period. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeewoman Macaulay?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, resolution number 5, increasing the 2015 temporary emergency budget. Due to last week's snow and ice events, it is necessary to increase the snow removal budget for the 2015 to allow for the payment of overtime and encumbered of expenses that have been incurred. We are hopeful that we have seen the last of these winter snowstorms for this season. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman Macaulay?
Yes.
Committeeman Sirachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, resolution number 6, ratifying and confirming staff action. There exists a vacancy in the position of the part-time technical assistant in the building department. The construction official recommends a transfer of Elizabeth Montos. Montans, sorry, to fill this vacancy. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 7, establishing hours and hourly rate for township substitute call list. This resolution sets the hours and pay rate for the part-time substitute call list at not to exceed 29 hours per week and $14.50 per hour. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 8, establishing the annual salaries and wages of municipal employees. This resolution establishes the 2015 salaries for the police lieutenants, the captain, chief, department heads, DPW supervisors, and non-union employees. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Resolution number 9, resolution of the Township of Hillsborough in the County of Somerset, New Jersey, determining the form and other details of its note relating to the Construction Financing Trust Loan Program of New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust, to be issued in the principal amount of up to $1,567,500, and providing for the issuance and sale of such note to the New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust, and authorizing the execution and delivery of such note by the Township of Hillsborough in favor of the New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust, all pursuant to the New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust Construction Financing Trust Loan Program. The Township has received notification that the sewer project is being carried over to the state fiscal year 2016 NJEIT program. This means that we will do the permanent financing after the project has been completed, which is the means by which all NJEIT projects are now being funded. The Township will be given interim financing, similar to bond anticipation notes, until the project is completed, and permanent financing will be done for the final total cost of the project once it is completed. However, the permanent financing will not be done until 2016. All 2015 NJEIT loans for permanent financing must close in May of 2015. Since our project will not be done by then, this necessitates a determination to move the Township to the state fiscal year 2016 program. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to our consent agenda, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
And Mayor Thompson?
Yes, moving on to claims list, may I have a motion to approve claims list 2015-06?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes. This concludes our regular meeting this evening. We do have an executive session. Ms. Borg, please read the executive resolution.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, the public laws in 1975 permit the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the Township Committee is of the opinion that such circumstances exist, now therefore be resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough and the County of Somerset, State of New Jersey as follows. Number 1, the public shall be excluded from discussion of the hereinafter specified subject matter. Number 2, the general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows. A, contract negotiations, easements. Number 3, the Township Committee may take official action on those items discussed in executive session upon the completion of the executive session. Number 4, the minutes of the discussion shall be made available to the public as soon as the matters under discussion are no longer of a confidential or sensitive nature. And number 5, the resolution shall take effect immediately.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delacqua?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes?
Committeeman Zarachi?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bichette?
Yes.
Mayor Thompson?
Yes, we will now move into executive session.